In what way? Jacob is stronger than Esau in what way?
Well, not only that, the elder shall serve the younger. So this is showing us what we thought was confusion in what was that, Genesis 27. It's showing us
Yeah,
that this was in the Most High's plan. Because he
exact.
already told Rebecca, the elder shall serve the younger. The birthright is going to Isaac through
Exactly.
Jacob.
Right now, this is Genesis chapter 27 and 30. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of the blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting, and he also had made savory meat. He brings his bowl after, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of this of his son Vincent, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. Here comes Isaac getting the same words in his ears. Esau, you come again? Right? And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that have taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yeah, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of the father, he cried with a great voice, exceeding a bitter cry. He said unto his father, bless me, even me, also me, father. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety. Ooh, look. And he hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these two times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he's taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for a servant, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. That what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt thou serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Wait a minute. Something just popped up in my head, Yashun. Esau's gonna break the yoke of its neck? Who put a yoke on your neck in the first place? The Atlantic slave trade. Wait a minute. Who's gonna take it back off? Isaiah chapter 66, verse 19 and 20. That's crazy. The nation's gonna take you back home, right? That's when the yoke come off your neck. Go to Isaiah chapter 66, verse 19 and 20. So it's telling you that your brother Edom put the yoke on your neck. He put the yoke on your neck. Why would it be said like that? If he's gonna break a yoke off your neck, who put it on? Deuteronomy chapter 28. Damn, that's crazy, right?
Yeah. Also, not to mention at the end of that Genesis, what was that, 25? Esau goes on to sell his birthright.
Let's keep reading. I ain't gonna lie.
So this is all in accordance with the Most High choosing Jacob. Everything we're reading.
Right. This is exactly, Tito. This is where Esau breaks the brotherly covenant. He has animosity against his brother. Conflict. There's bad blood. Right. And Esau hated Jacob. Woo. He hated Jacob. I think the Most High comes to say, he says, because thou has a perpetuate hatred against, I think that brother, whatever, right? And because of the blessing wherever his father blessed him, and Esau said in his heart, the days of the mourning of my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother? Then will I slay my brother? See, brother Jacob. See, he has the same mindset that Cain had. He's thinking like Cain. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, my brother Esau, as touching thee, doth come from himself, proposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice. Arise, flee. Thou go to Lebanon, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fear return away. So we know that we know now that Esau's fury is only a condition now. He's not going to be angry for long, right? Until thy brother's anger is turned away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? But see, the mother said, until he forgets. But guess what? Esau never forgets. If we read furthermore, he never forgets what Jacob have done at his whole life. And Rebekah said unto Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, I think those are the Hittites, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? So it seems to me that the mothers and the fathers of Israel, they are afraid, and these are the things that they fear the most. Don't take a wife of these nations. And you know what's so crazy? Genesis is going to tell you why. Somebody want to talk? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say this is my point from before. This is usually when the story stops. When people like focus on the story, but if you read the next chapter, even the next verse, it talks about the real blessing, the blessing of Abraham. The blessing we've been talking about before is just some money, some fat of the earth. But the literal blessing of Abraham, Isaac is going to give to Jacob. Eyes wide open, no deception.
Right? We're going to get there, right? And it says, okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay. And okay, this is Genesis chapter 28. And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and charged him and said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. So Heth, right? The daughters of Heth, that's the daughters of Canaan. Arise, go to Padan Aram, to the house of Bethuel, thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from the daughters of Laban, the mothers of thy mother's brother. Who Laban is they're Hebrew, right?
They're from the same place that Sarah and Rebecca are from.
And they're like Eber?
Yeah,
Okay,
same
that's what
peoples.
she said. Okay, good. And El Shaddai bless thee. Hold on, somebody wants to come up. Hold on. Okay. And El Shaddai bless thee and make thee fruitful and multiply thee, that thou mayest be a multitude of people, and give thee the blessings of Abraham to thee and thy seed with thee, that thou mayest inherit the land wherein thou art a stranger, with Yah, your Elohim, gave unto Abraham. And Isaac sent away Jacob, and he went to Padan Aram unto Laban, son of Bethuel, the Syrian, the brother of Rebekah, Jacob's and Esau's mother. When Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padan Aram to take him a wife from thence, and that as he blessed him and gave him charge, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan, and that Jacob obeyed his father and his mother, and was going to Padan Aram. And Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father. Wait a minute. Esau let his anger get to him. Sin is crouching at the door, just like God told Cain. Sin is crouching at the door, so he knew this would make his father's mad, but he did it anyway, because now he's taking out he's so angry at Jacob, he's taking his anger out. He's going against his father. Then,
Why do you think Amalek hates us so much? And why they fought us on the way out of Egypt?
Exactly. Then went Esau unto Ishmael and took unto the wives which had Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebajoth, to be his wife. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went towards Haran, and he lighted upon a certain place and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took off his of the stones of the place, and he put them for pillows and lay down in that place. I think this is the part where you get blessed in a
Yep,
dream.
yep, by the Most High.
And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder sat upon the earth, and the top of it reached to the heavens, and behold, the angels, which is the Malaks, the messengers of God, ascending and descending on it. Behold, The Lord stood upon it and said, I am the Lord of God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, thy father, right? Wherein thou liest to thee, will I give it to thee, and to thy seed. So I like this because he blesses Abraham's seed and he blesses Isaac's seed too. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth. He's the same. You see, the same thing that he told Abraham, he tells, I think Jacob, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. And thy seed has to be the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and the east, to the north, and to the south. And in and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. This Jacob gets the same blessing like Abraham.
Yes, he gets the
Wow.
real blessing with
Right?
no
And
deception.
and behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee. Right? In all places whither thou goest, and bring thee again, and into the land, for I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee. And Jacob awakened out of his sleep and said, surely Yah Elohim is in this place, and I knew it not. And he was afraid, and how dreadful is this place? This is none other but the house of Yah, and this is the gate of heaven. Why is Yah calling this? Why is Jacob calling this the gate of heaven? Because as he takes rocks to lay down there at the tree, this must be Yah's place.
Yeah, this is the first place the Most High speaks directly to Jacob is in this vision. But
Yeah.
he's speaking to him at Bethel, or the house of God on this
Mm-hmm.
on this.
I
Yeah.
want to make I want to correct something I said earlier because I just went back and looked it up. So I said that God, the Most High, says she was wise for what she did. It doesn't say that.
Yeah,
Nowhere
that was
does it
to
say that.
Sarah.
So I want to. That was
But no, no,
Sarah, right?
Yeah,
So
no.
the
Oh, that was
what I'm
Sarah.
saying
No.
is the Most High never condemned what Rebecca did. He never what you call it approved of what she did. There's no record of any action that the Most High took against Sarah for what she did. Right, what she did was out of a promise that the Most High made to her that the younger twin was going to serve the older twin, but she decided to take matters into her own hand and make it happen by her way. This is why you see the blessing by the seat and the blessing, the real blessing from the Most High at that rock at Bethel.
There's no blessing
'Cause
from deceit, brother.
she was deceitful.
She was not
Who?
deceitful.
Yes, she was. That was because she took matters into her own hand. She
Who?
told Rebecca.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
what I'm
the
saying is
thing
that
is,
that was a part of Yah's plan. Because when you read,
I'm not saying it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it was a blessing by the seat because, I mean, even though Isaac knew, he went along with
but
it.
listen, was it a good thing that she did?
You know what?
It is because if Jacob didn't get that blessing, you guys we won't have no inheritance.
No, he was going to still get the blessing anyway because the Most High made
No,
that promise.
it leads up to that. That's the thing. It's all listen. This is Yah's story. This is how he wanted it
Yeah.
to be. This is why you see when he's communicating with Abraham, God didn't like so much what they was doing to Hagar. He didn't want Abraham to lay down with Hagar. He didn't want that to happen. Abraham followed after his flesh. That wasn't a child after the spirit of Yah. That was a child after the flesh.
Hold
and
on. He
brother, you
didn't follow
know,
Abraham. Abraham didn't follow after his flesh. He was fulfilling what his wife's requests were. His wife Sarah was the one that said, "Take my
But guess what? Why
maidservant."
did she do right? But he wasn't supposed to listen to his wife. Yah Elohim did not like that. I could pull that scripture up.
and remember, Jacob, he made a deal with Esau,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
out in the field. Yes, correct.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So, and this is why
but
Rebecca, Jacob mother says that burden that burden be upon me. That curse
yes,
it's gonna be on me because I know I did this, but I did this because if I didn't do this, Oh, you won't have nothing, son. Yeah. So I get what you're saying, but things has to be in order.
I mean,
Yeah,
don't
remember the
don't don't
Most
get
High
me
has
don't don't get me wrong.
is the one planning this out. Like even when Joseph's brothers sold him, like he acknowledges that even though you guys did intended evil, the Most High turned it around. So even with what you're saying, it's like it's kind of a regular theme that when people try to do certain wickedness, the Most High turns it around anyway.
Right.
You know? Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So where I left off at something. And Jacob and
The blessing at Bethel.
which was at what is that? I was at and Jacob. Okay, yeah. And Jacob rose up early in the morning and took the stones that he had put for his pillows and set it up for a pillar and poured oil upon the top of it. And he called the name of that place Bethel, but the name of that city was called Luz at first. And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, "If Yah Elohim will be with me and will keep me in this way, that I go and give me bread to eat and a remnant to put on, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, that shall Yah be my God. And this stone which I have set for a pillar shall be God's house. And of all that shall give me, I will surely give the 10th unto thee." This is really strange too to me, because Abraham gives the 10th to somebody. What is up with all these 10th stuff?
The 10th.
There's a function here.
It's just like a tithe. It's like a gift. That's really all it is.
Okay.
And someone gave it, and someone tried to offer it to Abraham. Remember?
Yeah. And then Jacob went on his journey, and it came into the land of the people of the east. And he looked, and behold, a well in the field, and lo, there was 3 flocks of sheep lying by it. For out of that well they watered the flocks, and a great stone was upon the well's mouth. And thither were all the flocks gathered, and they rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the sheep, and put the stone again upon the well's mouth in its place. And Jacob said unto them, "My brethren, whence be ye?" And they said, "Of Haran are we." So I guess Jacob is asking them, where you from? And he said unto them, "Know ye Laban, the sons of Nahar?" And they said, "We know him." And he said unto them, "Is he well?" And he said, "He is well. And behold, Rachel his daughter cometh with the sheep. And he said, Lo, it is yet high day, neither is it time that the cattle should be gathered together. Water ye the sheep, and go and feed them." Okay. And they said, "We cannot until all the flocks be gathered together, until they roll the stone from the well's mouth. Then we water the sheep." And while he yet spoke with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep. For who's Rachel? Who's Rachel? Is this somebody's sister?
No, that's Laban's daughter, Jacob's wife. He ends up marrying Rachel and Leah.
Okay. And it came to pass when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother, brother, and the sheep of Laban and his mother, brother, that Jacob went near and rolled.
Because remember, this whole story started from, I think it was his mother saying, "Go find a wife from her kinspeople."
Right.
So he goes back. He has his vision at Bethel, where the Most High blesses them. I'm gonna read it again real quick, because this. 28 and 20. Then Jacob took a vow, saying, "If God will be with me, will guard me on this way that I am going, and will give me bread to eat and clothes to wear, and I return in peace to my father's house." I just want to keep that in everybody's mind, because we got to see the Most High fulfilling this, bringing him back to his father's house in peace. And it says, "And the Most High will be a God to me. Then the stone which I have set up as a pillar shall become as a house of God. And whatever you will give me, I shall repeatedly tithe to you." So he's going to go to Laban to find a wife. He stays with Laban about 20 years. But at the end of that, he's supposed to return to his father's house. So we
Yeah,
gotta see that at some point.
right. So
I mean, I could just jump straight to the gun because it's in Genesis 33. This is him returning to his father's house.
yeah, I know I get what you're saying, but
33. Real quick, 33. He meets Esau. I mean, if you want to read the whole thing, we can. But the
where
point is real.
33 first chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I wanna make it make sense, but I
So
get what
look,
you're
really
saying.
quick, Genesis 33. Jacob sees Esau. They make amends, so to speak, and then they part ways. So he still hasn't returned to his father's house yet until verse 18. I'm gonna start at 16. It says, so Esau started back that day on his way towards Seir, but Jacob journeyed towards Succoth and built a house, and for his livestock he made shelters. He therefore called the name of that place Succoth. He's still not in his father's land yet, fulfilling Genesis 28 until verse 18. It says Jacob arrived intact or safely, or Salem, right? The Hebrew is Salem. So it says Jacob arrived safely at the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, upon his arriving from Padan Haram, which is Syria or Turkey, where Rebekah and Laban are from, and he encamped before the city. He bought the parcel of land upon which he pitched his tent from the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 shekels or kistas. He set up an altar there and proclaimed, God, the God of Israel. Also fulfilling the promise that he made to Abraham that he would give this land to his descendants. Jacob buys this piece of land, fulfilling that prophecy as well. And all in Shechem. But this is Jacob returning to his father's house, fulfilling Genesis 28.
It's so crazy. And I just looked up that yoke, yo. That yoke was talking about Esau, his brother. How basically Esau's descendants will be afflicting Jacob.
Handling the heat.
Yeah, here goes 103 up in the crib.
Wow.
Yeah. So what you are, that's why I said you're dealing with your brother. You're dealing with your big brother. All this affliction is coming from your brother, which is Esau and his descendants.
Can I make two quick points about that verse you just read, Rabbi?
Yeah, just for clarification, I'm not a real rabbi.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But it's just for the TikTok. Well, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Oh, real
So
rabbi, brother. Don't do that.
Not
in
judgment the rabbi up here.
so in
You really
33:11
classify. Sorry
in,
about that.
no worries. In 33:11, the interesting thing is where he says when he's trying to reconcile, Jacob is given, they're kind of reconciling. When he says, now take my gift, that word in the Hebrew is the word of, it's not just gift, it's birchati, which is like my birth. It's like my blessing. So it's it's the total tikkun. It's like him actually rectifying the situation with Esau. He's basically saying, take my blessing, which is the same blessing that he took from him, way back when, which was materiality. It never is that blessing of Abraham, but that blessing of the materiality, it gets restored here. And then the second thing I was going to say is, it always seems like he gets away with what he did with the birthright, but he really didn't, because when Laban beguiles him, Laban says, well, in this land, we give the firstborn before we give the second. So he got dinged.
Laban is Laban is he like
He
a
Hebrew.
sorcerer?
Yeah, he's a Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
So for both of them being a Hebrew, why didn't Jacob know that?
I mean, it's a good point, but he also got smacked because he also got smacked with that one. Those are the 2 points I wanted to make.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. Great that you're following the the narrative, the outline of the story. So how was Jacob supposed to receive the birthright?
Yeah, that's a good question. It had me thinking about Genesis 35 actually. Well, other than the land that Jacob bought, right? The land of his fathers, right? The same land that Abraham spoke to. I'm sorry, yeah, the same place, the first place. I mean, that the Most High first spoke to Abraham in Genesis 12 was at Shechem. So in Genesis 33:18, the Most High is bringing him back to his father's house, the land of Shechem, and he buys that same land. So, and then in Genesis 35, I'm wondering if this is what Brother Joseph was talking about, where it was saying, you know, where it was repeating the birthright. What was that, 33 and it's
33 and
essentially, where's
11.
he, right,
33
where's
and
this,
11.
where he's essentially trying to give it back. And I'm wondering if it's tied to this land. Because in Genesis 35, let me see here. Genesis 35, I'm going to start at 9. Well, no, I'm going to start at 6.
What happened?
No, actually 9. Genesis 35 and 9. It says, and God appeared to Jacob again when he came from Paddan Aram, and he blessed him. Then God said to him, your name is Jacob. You shall not always be called Jacob, but Israel shall be your name. Thus he called his name Israel. And God said to him, I am El Shaddai. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a congregation of nations shall descend from you, and kings shall issue from your loins. The land that I gave to Abraham and to Isaac, I will give to you, and to your offspring after you will I give the land. Then God ascended from upon him in the place where he had spoken with him. Hold on, let me skip down a little bit. That's not exactly what I was looking for. Let me find the exact verse I'm looking for. One sec.
Hold on, we had somebody on the panel that didn't talk for a while. Boom Boom, that's your name? Yo, you can come off your mic. Your name is Boom Boom, right?
It sounds crazy.
Boom Boom.
Yo, what's up,
Yeah,
brothers?
yeah. You been on for a
Please.
while. You been quiet.
Yeah, man, I ain't want to interrupt what y'all had going on.
Oh, okay. So cool. What do you believe in?
Uh, I believe in the Creator, man. I can't say I believe in the Torah and this. I mean, I believe in the Torah, meaning like, of course, it exists. I know it's there. The only reason why I believe is because I actually read through it, skimmed through it, studied it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's like me saying, do you believe in iPhones? Well, you'll have to say, yeah, meaning you don't serve iPhones as a god, but you believe in the device because you using it, right? You know what I'm saying? You believe in the technology that you're using. So when I say I believe in the Torah, I'm not saying like I subscribe from the Torah or I believe I'm an Israelite or I believe I come from the Middle East and doing transatlantic slave trade. That's how most of us got over here. I don't believe in that. Now I believe that's true for a lot of people that might look like me, but I don't believe I'm one of them people. I don't believe I'm one of them people. I can't see it. I even met a so-called the man that say he Mashiach. I mean, a lot of y'all probably know him already, but
Something
somebody,
Judah or something. That guy.
yep, that guy right there. Now I don't know if he lying or not, but me and him argued a lot of times. I ain't gonna lie. Although me and him argued a lot of times, and I still don't believe in nothing. Although me and him, yeah, although me and him argue a lot of times, and I still don't really believe in nothing that he say. I can actually say, he's a righteous brother. The other dude that he be with, Saint Yaju, from what they showed me and for how they presented themselves towards me, I can say that they righteous brothers, although we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. So this is not to really debunk them. This just me saying what I kindly told them. I believe that maybe you is telling the truth about you being who you are and the Israelites is your people and you coming to freedom and restore the kingdom of whatever the case might be. But I don't believe I come from y'all people. I believe that I come from right here, this land.
You come from the natives of America.
Not the natives. Natives are $5 Indians. I believe I am indigenous though.
Indigenous. So what do that culture holds?
I could pull up a few things.
I'm interested to see what that culture. And if you can implement this inside of you explaining that what was the reason you coming up and having to want to have a conversation with
I
the
wanted to talk
brothers.
about the Yaju Judah cat and the Hebrews. I got some stuff. Now my granny, she come from before I go into the belief systems of indigenous people in general, but my granny, she come from Arkansas, Osceola, same as her mom and same as her mom, and a little bit all over the South, a little Memphis, areas around the Mississippi Valley, St. Louis, and we got people all around the Midwest as well. We have no signs or proof that we come from Africa, the Middle East, but we have more significations or signifying things that prove that we come from right in this land. But back to indigenous people beliefs in general. It's a historical linguistics and religious questions. The most accurate answer is that there's no scholarly evidence that indigenous nations of what is now the United States had a historical figure known as Christ. So before I get into the indigenous people beliefs, I gotta basically show you that we had no ties with a Mashiach, a Christ, the Torah,
I think
or
I'm sorry to cut you off.
the New Testament Bible.
I apologize. I think we have that understanding. None of the brothers believe in Jesus, Testament. So, and we understand that the indigenous population would never have those writings. So you don't have to get, you don't have to go too deep into that.
So when you look at the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, which is a nation, it's a confederacy, but it's also a nation, which they spoke the language family, and these are also tribes: the Mohawk, the Oneida, the Onondaga, the Cayuga, the Seneca, and the Tuscarora. Now, this is not how you pronounce it specifically, but this is how I'm saying it out. because I'm just now learning about this not too long ago. From studying my
So
own
you, so
genealogy and studying my own genealogy and actually paying attention to details.
so you was disconnected from your heritage.
From the indigenous, I mean, I wasn't really disconnected. The only thing is, during the 1700s, a lot of indigenous people were scattered and mixed up with Caribbeans and Africans because of through marriages and stuff like that. So and you gotta look at all the indigenous people that's Afro indigenous. Maybe they dad got off the ship, they dad lineage. I met a guy from Mississippi. His mom is Indian. They own like 400 acres because of their mom's side. Rest in peace to his dad. I believe he was a good man, just like his son. But yeah, his dad was his dad was African from Igbo, and his mama was the Creek people and all that. I believe sitting on 400 acres strong. They not celebrities. They not famous. They not known. They just regular folks.
Right. So in the indigenous identity, right? So they trace themselves based off the mother line, is what you're saying.
Yeah. But
Yo, yo,
for most cases, if your dad been here and he come from an indigenous tribe, then it could be off him too. But the moms was sacred. Like a lot of these indigenous lands in the United States and even in the Caribbeans was called the motherland. A lot of them were.
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
They say Igbo is Hebrews,
Yeah.
Israelites.
Yep. His dad was a Hebrew
Yeah.
Israelite. He the one who taught
My
me so much. He taught me so much about Hebrews, man. Cause he used to believe in
All
it
those Igbos, though. All those
until he
Igbos are
came
not
across
Israelites,
his
bro.
mama information, huh?
All those Igbos, they're not. All of them are not Israelites. Some of them are.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
I beg to differ.
I
You
beg
know,
to differ too.
because
No,
if
he
you look,
said the same thing though, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, is it-
Because you got to understand, all those Igbos, some of those Igbos, they're Canaanites. Some of them are not Israelites. The ones that I could agree
Yeah.
that some of them are Israelites, but some or mostly all of them is that's claiming to be Israelites. You that I don't know. Those
Yeah.
people look like Canaanites,
I
bro.
would tell you they're 95%. They kept their inheritance. 95% of them.
Yes.
Of that.
Well, you
They
know a
I
lot
come.
of
They come.
I don't
They
even agree
come
with
from
that.
the.
Not if that
not to get
the
off
percentage you just put judgment, I do not agree with that.
Hey, nah, it's cool, but I'm just telling you,
not to get off topic, but
95%.
a lot of the Israel areas were indigenous to the Canaanites. Canaanites is the indigenous people of the so-called land of Israel and the little area that they was in. It's just the Israelites were so-called the chosen people of all, which is the same deity that the Canaanites was supposed to serve, but they started serving false deities because they was listening to the Egyptians, if I'm not mistaken. But back to the indigenous stuff. It say the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. One of their creators was called the Hawaniyu, which means the good mind, which means the creator of sky, earth, animals, and humanity. Now the opposition of Hawaniyu will be Hagowe Dayu, which means the bad mind. This is not a Satan in the Christian sense, but a rival spiritual figure. They had sacred laws like Kayane Rekoa. It's really pronounced Gaya Ne Lo Gawa or Gaya Ne La Goa, which means the great law of peace. It was given through the Diga Hani the Diga Nawida, which means he united the nations and taught peace.
What are you speaking? That sounds Hebrew.
No, that's indigenous language from the Haudenosaunee people. I believe a lot of them spoke a lot of Mohawk, Waneta languages, Onondaga languages. I believe a lot of them spoke possibly CUN as well.
So these are Native Americans that you speaking of?
These are indigenous people. Yes,
Indigenous.
bro.
Indigenous. He classified as the indigenous. So how did the indigenous people originate in this land?
A lot of them come from the Clovis people and the Mound Builders.
And where do they come from?
You got stories saying that a lot of those people migrated past the Bering Strait Bridge. A lot of them, you got stories that says a lot of them come from Europe and Russia. You even got stories saying that a lot of them come from Africa and Asia. Then you got some that's saying a lot of them been here around the same time that Israelites and Muslims and everybody else was here, just on the other side of earth.
Do you know of any evidence or that they was here at the time of maybe
The Egyptian dynasty.
I don't know. Do you have any evidence? Maybe Stone Age, Iron Age. I don't know.
Yes, a lot of their stuff was carved on bones of animals, rock. It was also paved in animal skin. They had like their own currency. This is all documented in the United States archives and in the Library of Congress. This is also documented in the Smithsonian.
So do you know the oldest artifact they have here to prove their existence, or no?
Oh yeah, man, they got some shit all the way from BCE.
Yeah, what do you know what they call it? The name for it?
Well, I'll have to go back and look over the BCE shit, but as far as AD, probably like 500 AD, they got this thing called what was it called? Wampum, I believe, which is a currency of the indigenous people from the United States.
A wampum, and you said it's a currency?
Yeah. And,
what is it a coin?
I don't know if it's a coin or not.
What type of currency is it?
It was some type of object. I don't think it was a coin.
The Wampanoags are people.
It was some type of a bead.
That's a people,
object.
not a currency though. I think you're talking about something else.
The wampum?
Yeah, it sounds like you're just confusing the Wampanoag, which is a nation.
The wampum currency. Hold on, let me pull it up for you.
You can't drop it in the chat. But it'd be interesting to see the oldest artifact found here.
Oh, the wampum. I'm sorry. The wampum. It's probably how some people pronounce it, but it's wam. The wampum. It was the indigenous North America shell beads used in exchange in diplomacy, but it was not exactly a modern currency. It wasn't like a coin or a bill.
Something that they traded, like for,
right, for certain things. Right.
Yeah.
But they used it heavily. This is since like 500 AD.
You said it was among. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask him because he mentioned a lot of the East Coast Indians, right? But what about the ones on the West Coast? Do you know anything about them?
I only named the Igbo from the East Coast.
Igbo?
You ain't talking about the Middle East. You talking about the East in the United States?
Yeah, because you were talking about. I thought that's what you were mentioning. The Native American stuff.
No, you talking about in the United States or the American continent?
Well, the American continent.
Oh, the American continent over there in South America. I know a lot about the indigenous people too. Now I forgot a lot of
No.
names.
No, I meant like the East Coast. So like this, southwestern United States, basically. Yeah, but
name a few states.
Utah, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico.
Oh man, all those people. Well, I ain't gonna say Mexico. You talking about New Mexico or Mexico, the country?
Uh no, I'm just talking about the native. What do you know about the natives on that part of the land?
No, I'm Nevada and Utah and all them, bro. All those people was owned by the Mississippian Valley. Majority of the indigenous nations and confederacies is overseen and connected with the Mississippian Valley, but a lot of them went to war. That's what the Europeans used when they came over here with the Africans as slaves, and a lot
Oh,
of
but you're
Africans
talking
wasn't
about
slaves.
like that's basically the modern era. I'm talking about like 1,000 years ago, not 400
Oh,
or
you talking
500 years.
about thousands of years ago. I never really got too deep in the Clovis people and the mountain builders. I just know a lot of them was here way before the Creek and the Cherokee and all them. The mound builders and the Clovis people was here back in BCE, way before wampum and all that shit was thought of.
Well, no, they were here like in the year 1000 too. Like there's
Who was here in
groups
the year
there's
1000?
there's groups of people who were brought here, like the Athabascan people, for example. They come from basically like the Canada area, like that region. They just came south, and then they ran into another group of people, right? So the modern Native Americans that we all would think of, or that society wants us to think of, those people come from basically come from Canada and Alaska, that region, and they themselves will tell you that.
Well, no, that's
So
not true.
so wait.
When
They
you
said
look
it,
at the
not me.
history in the United States, dealing with the indigenous people of the United States, you really want to start from like 500 AD.
Yeah, this is the same thing. These people were around from there's people that were around from even before that. They crossed paths with the other people who today we call Native Americans,
Who
right?
you
And,
know
and
that got proof that they people was here since BCE?
oh, I didn't say anything about BCE.
So right, the nations and the tribes that I'm naming, these people are still here today, right now in 2025. I mean 2026. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm talking about the history of the land, though. So I'm not like, yes, I get that there was people here from
Right.
a long time ago, right? But
The previous things that we see now, a lot of the stuff that we see now, like the city called Chicago, is called Chiquaqua. Those nation of people is still here.
right, okay, yeah. There
But
was a
what you
whole
gotta
confederacy
understand,
on the East Coast, so I
during
get that those people.
during the Great Depression, I know I wasn't born around that time. A lot of my people were. A lot of your people probably were. During the Great Depression in the United States, you got to look at all the events in the series that went down in the United States while the indigenous people was present and brown skin and like everybody else. So much stuff was happening that was fucking up people probably in your family lives and my family lives, and they probably even knew each other. You feel what I'm saying? It was a time period where you knew you was African, you knew you was indigenous. You feel what I'm saying? Before me and you was born right here in the United States. A lot of our grannies and grandmamas will even tell us that if they was alive.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people have their family tree as well, so they,
No,
it's
I'm
one thing
just
to
saying,
just
like
to have to
most
feel
black
like you're
people,
from somewhere, but
most black people in the United States should know this already, though. I know a lot about the Jamaica indigenous people.
I mean, not more than me.
Probably not. I know they used to call it Yah Maker. It used to be called Yah Maker.
Yamayika, yeah.
Uh-huh. A lot of those folks was a lot of
They're
those
from Florida.
Africans was from the Maya.
They come from
Maya,
Florida. A lot of
no, a
those
lot of them
people.
come from a lot of Jamaicans come from Africa.
No, you're talking about like in the 1700s. You're talking about much later.
No, the first indigenous people that was in Jamaica, I don't know where they from, like originally.
Venezuela. They come from
Yeah.
Venezuela.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you might be right about that. I might not know that proportion. I get what you're saying. Like the first people that was in Jamaica before the slaves showed up, I don't know where those people come from.
Florida, that's what I'm telling you.
You might be right. I don't know.
Like there's manifests to prove it.
That could be true. That could be true because if you indigenous to a place before any slaves showed up in the West Indies, ain't no telling where you was at.
Exactly. So there are some Africans that were brought to the island, but that's not until like the English.
Right.
So that's
I don't
way
know.
later.
I don't know. I can't speak on too many indigenous people in other islands or in the Caribbean because I'm not. I never looked at nothing that's tied to me that's from that side. Now I did look up a few things that discuss that a lot of these islands, not too many of them, but a lot of them, including the United States, had certain trade routes, and some of them probably had shared trade goods and stuff like that, but they wasn't related by blood. They ain't got the United States government and the archives as far as they education and technology systems and institution goes. They don't have no archaeological proof that a lot of these islands was connected before modern times in today's time, like as of now, 1500s and up. Yeah, but the reason why I came up here because I wanted to speak about the end time prophecy. I could pull that up real
From
quick.
where?
I'm here. I'm still listening.
Are you talking about Revelations or something?
No, man. I know that the New Testament is full of shit.
Yeah, that's full. Yeah, because the end time prophecy. Well, you got a lot of end time prophecies. You got end time prophecies in the book of Amos. You got end time prophecies in the book of Isaiah. You know, Jeremiah, Ezekiel.
Right.
There's a lot of them.
Let me see. Where was the? Let me pull that up. I gotta pull it up for you. Now, the only reason why I pulled this up for the record is because we gotta settle this once and for all as brown skinned people because shit is getting out of hand.
Yep.
What you trying to settle?
What is we gonna do as far as amongst us Hebrew Israelites and us indigenous people? Like, what is we gonna do about that?
Well, first of all, we gotta stop people. We gotta stop. What you call it? All Hebrew Israelites kids gotta stop feeling like they're correct all the time and they know everything and they know the solution, and they gotta start to have an ear for their brother. And if they don't start to have a ear for other individuals, it will never be unity.
I agree. Now, I'm kind of nervous, bro, because before I found out about my indigenous lineage, I was all the way into Hebrew shit. Not to be cursing.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And man, I came across that Yaju Judah information, and it's like he slapped me left, right, up, down, around, and go downtown.
But I ain't gonna lie, but he
Come
lost,
all the
bro.
way back.
He's lost. Y'all Judah's lost.
No, let me show you. Let me show
So
you
boom,
what he.
are you a Moor?
Hell no.
Okay, all right.
So you're just a person.
Boy,
You're just a person that just do simple research.
I just do simple research. I did a research on my lineage. I got to go get some more information on my lineage. I got to go to Arkansas, Mississippi, and places like that to get more information about
Well, I
more.
can't do that because my descendants they landed in Barbados and but some of my descendants they come from Utah.
Yeah, we ain't got no proof of coming from other countries. What I was going to say, but look,
Listen, when they said they were scattering you, they lying. The Most High said how he said it would happen. We was gonna get the opposite of the blessings if we didn't listen to it. So we fled 7 ways. That's what happened. Some of them got caught. I agree, but a lot of us we fled 7 different ways.
well, Hebrew Israelites fled 7 different ways.
That's in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Yeah.
Man, don't even worry about that because y'all so-called Messiah is here. But look, let me show you a little bit.
Wait, who's our Messiah?
Who's Messiah? What do you mean?
Hold on, I'm talking about Yaju Judah. Let me say this real quick though.
No, that's nobody's Messiah. That's nobody's. What do you mean?
Hey, I told him the same thing. I said he not my Messiah, and I'm pretty sure the Israelites is not going to agree with this. But I guess y'all could. But he said he tried to talk to a lot of the camps, and a lot of the camps shut him down. They don't want to. They don't want to have a sit down and go live.
Because he's a fraud. That's why.
He's a fraud because
What?
the Most High would have told Israel that he was sending somebody.
Let me. Do we got time? Do we got time today, brothers? Because we can talk about it.
Hold on, wait. somebody in this captivity of scattering would have received a vision of such. People don't just come about.
Hey, look, man. Look. Don't
Well, they
beat
do
me
just come
upside the
about.
head. I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm just interested on what the fuck is going to go down because y'all, man. Hey, look. Hey, what I was going to say. Let me. If we got time, man, I promise you, we could get to the bottom of this like right now. This live should let everybody tap the screen and shut it live. Everybody come
Listen,
in. All the viewers come in, man.
I
Everybody come
understand.
sit down.
Now I understand what you're saying, but yeah, I had that conversation with Judah, and he don't fit Deuteronomy chapter 18. Well, he fits Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18. He's a false
My
prophet.
argument is not really him. My argument is to show like a depiction of how it ain't talking about him, but he coming like in that form and in that image, not physicality and appearance, but
Wait a
what
minute.
he's
So you mean a
saying.
brother?
But what he's saying and how he break down the text. I only met two men that ever broke down the text and make you spin around, sit down, turn around, and go downtown and come back and try it
Yeah,
again.
that's he
I
talks
promise
to.
you.
I get what you're saying, but he talks to a lot of people that lack wisdom. Respectfully, there's a lot of our brothers sisters don't have that type of
That's
what you
for his
call it?
followers, probably. That might be true.
Yeah, because he when he spoke to me, man, I shut him down. He's not Christ, and
I ain't shut him down because I'm not a biased person and I don't know. Let me read this and you'll understand why I didn't shut him down.
what book you about to read?
I'm finna read some text that I pull up. Not per se how you just go to the book and just read the full text and then break it down. But I got a lot of institution information that give you the breakdown of the Torah, the Tanakh, and the Hebrew books, starting with the definition of Mashiach. And it says from the Torah and the Hebrew Bible, Tanakh, and the Torah and the Tanakh, Mashiach, commonly pronounced Mashiach, literally means anointing one. It comes from the Hebrew root word Mashiach. Now, when you break it down, hold on, let me go to this real quick. Because I forgot about this. I used to study this. I ain't gonna lie. But I was never paying attention until now. Let me go to this real quick. So Mashiach come from where the fuck is it at? Damn. Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie. The so-called dude that did tell me, the Judah dude, he said, we not even supposed to be teaching this. That's the crazy part about it.
Something's wrong with him then, because the Most High told us to teach our sons and our daughters. Yeah, that's the problem with him.
Teach the sons and the daughters though, but not the public.
No, but he's coming. Look, yeah, I get that, but he's coming in the sense of the New Testament to you. I can prove to you that Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 31 never happened. That's
not the point though.
Hold on, wait a minute.
What I'm arguing is not the same.
No, that is the point, because that's why he thinks there's a new covenant.
No, it's not, because my number one argument is not Judah is the Messiah. That's not my number one argument. I don't know who the Messiah is. But the reason why I'm saying, listen, the reason why I'm saying that is because the doctrine that I read. You know, Mashiach, this is what I was looking for. It comes from Mem, Shem, and Ket. The Hebrew letters Mem, Shin, and Ket. That's how you spell Mashiach.
You talking about?
Let me scroll back up to the top real quick. When you go to the understanding, it says in the Torah and the Tanakh, commonly pronounced Mashiach, literally means anointing one. It comes from the word Mashiach, to smear, apply oil, or to anoint. The word does not automatically mean one single future person in every biblical passage. In the Hebrew Bible, different people are called Mashiach or Yahuwah, anointed kings, a high priest, and even a Cyrus, a foreign Persian king. So that's a human man.
We
It
know,
say
yes.
the later idea of the Messiah as one specific future Redeemer king develops from the biblical ideas of the Davidic covenant, anointed kingship, restoration of Israel, justice, and future redemption. So
What
the
are you
answer
reading
to
on your? You reading something on your computer?
yes, I'm reading articles on documentations from institutions with dealing with Hebrew.
Yo, yeah, I agree with all that, right? But the beloved one, the anointed one, he doesn't come until the children of Israel is back into the land. That's what that's what the Old Testament tells us.
Now
And
look, this is disagreeing, and they got a lot of Old Testament in it. It said the Torah explicitly uses anointing for the anointed priest and established anointing as a sacred institution. The Tanakh names many individual anointed kings, especially Saul and David. Cyrus of Persia is explicitly called Elohim's anointed in Isaiah chapter 45, verse 1. The Hebrew Bible does not present a simple number list saying there was exactly X amount of messiahs. The future Davidic Messiah is a later theological synthesis, a later religious Hebrew religious doctrine of several Hebrew Bible passages, especially in the Davidic covenant and restoration prophecies. Listen to this. Below are 20 major passages with the person who authorized the anointing, the purpose, and what the passage is actually saying. It said, what does Mashiach mean? In Leviticus chapter 4, the anointed priest. The priest was called Ha Kohen HaMashiach, which means the anointed priest. Who anoints
yeah,
him? The priesthood is consecrated according to Elohim's command through Moses,
the priesthood is sanctified by Yah Elohim.
but through a man, through Moses. It says, why? To serve in the sanctuary and bear responsibility for Israel's sacred worship. What the passage says, if the anointed priest sins, his sin has consequences for the whole community. It's telling you the people who rule over Yasharal, if they sin will have consequences for the whole community. His position carries national responsibility, meaning the first major Torah use of Mashiach is not a future king, it is a consecrated priest. The role, sacred service, ritual responsibility, national religious leadership. The term Mashiach in the Hebrew Bible is directly associated with the anointed priest in Leviticus chapter 4, while later biblical usage also applies to his kings, like Aaron, Moses, Samuel, and Shaul. You got also David, and then let me go down to this, and then you got it. Let me go to this one real quick, and then you got it. I'm just trying to show you how this is dangerous, brother. Let me go to this real quick. This is very dangerous because when the real Messiah, I don't know if it's Yaju Judah, bro, but I promise you,
It's me, bro. I'm
Bro,
here.
let me
y'all
tell you something. I'm gonna be honest
if
with
y'all
you.
doing
The true Messiah. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Look, the true Messiahs are the ones, the anointed ones, are the ones that's keeping Torah and trying to bring people back to Torah. Those are Messiahs to me in this time. But as far as somebody saying that I'm coming to me with a blunt in their hand and smoking and got tattoos upon him, saying that he's Christ, no.
okay, so let me go to this real quick. Then y'all got it. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this. It says, in the end time, the Mashiach is supposed to come from the line of Jesse, the father of David, and restore Israel. How will people recognize him if the New Testament says no man knows the day nor the hour, while also warning people not to believe anyone saying saying here's the Messiah or there he is? How can believers know the true one? The answer is that there are two different systems of identification. The Hebrew Bible method identified the ruler by his lineage, character, actions, and fulfilled mission. Later Christian
I think it's this,
expectation.
right? Because look, Christ has said on his mouth that he said, many people shall come and say that they are,
That's
they
New
are the Christ.
Testament though, brother.
Wait, hold on. That they are the Christ, or whatever the case may be, right? You have to show me in the Old Testament where the Most High was saying that he was sending such a person right? Because he never comes. And if he does, and if he did came, right, he wasn't supposed to die. The Most High never
I'm
prophesied
not. I
that the
know that
anointed.
already. I
Wait,
don't
wait.
believe in Jesus Christ.
Right. I'm just saying that. Right. What I'm saying is that he's not here. He's not here right now.
Okay, so let me finish reading what I'm reading though, because this is different. It said the answer is that there are two different systems of identification. It's two things going on. The Hebrew Bible method identified the ruler by his lineage, character, actions, and fulfilled mission. Now, there's no such thing as Jesus Christ, but there is a such thing as an end time king that's supposed to restore Israel, that's coming to get all the people. Now, according to later Christian expectation, identifying the returning figure through a doctrine of a future heavenly return, while also being warned that false claimants will appear. Those are not exactly the same
Exactly.
framework.
No.
The Hebrew
At
Bible does
all.
not say the ruler. The Hebrew Bible does not say the future ruler comes from the sky. The clearest Davidic passage is, "And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow
Exactly.
out of his
He
roots."
comes. He comes through the ordinance of man. He comes through from a mother's
No,
womb.
he come directly from David lineage.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. He comes from a mother's womb,
But
which is
he come from a specific lineage, bro. My lineage is the Mayhans. If somebody
oh
comes
god, brother,
specifically
you're
from
not
the
understanding what I'm
Mayhans,
saying.
that means he a Mayhan, right?
No, he's not. You're not understanding what I'm saying, right?
You
He
know,
specifically when I say he comes from a mother's womb, it's not negating that I say he's not coming from Judah. He's still coming from Judah, but that's how people come back. When a
I'm not
child is
knocking
born,
what you're saying, bro, but I'm just trying to show you we saying two different things. You kind of moving my goalpost. My goalpost is he coming from the stem of Jesse, which is David's father. He coming from that branch. So he coming from a direct lineage that only him and his people will know about, meaning his bloodline.
that bloodline is still here today in 2026.
Right. So, but me and you, the
It's
public,
still
we would
here.
not know. We would not know this
We
unless you
know,
actually met them.
we know the bloodline
The
Yes,
already.
we
the
are
way
because
that you to answer to
You
what
don't
you
know them in
No,
saying.
reality. You know them
Hold
by
on, brother,
His
blood.
brother,
John,
brother,
yes,
his
but
brother.
hold on,
John
hold
Jew
on, wait,
Judah
wait,
do
wait,
not
wait,
Slow
wait,
trace
wait,
down,
back.
hold
slow
on.
down.
Wait, wait,
He do not
right. This
trace
is what's
back.
going on here. What's absolutely going on is that we're gonna know who he is because the Most High is gonna make him known.
Listen,
Right.
what I'm
And
saying is, brother,
to answer to what you saying, right, as far as the Messiah in the end of days to come, there's certain events that are all supposed to happen.
I didn't get to that point. That's what I was trying to get to. I wasn't even
Okay.
done reading. Okay, so the Hebrew word is important. Hoter migeza yishay, which is koter mi geya yishai, which means a shoot branch from the stump of Jesse. Jesse is David's father. The passage then describes the ruler qualifications. And the spirit of Yahuwah shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom, understanding, the spirit of counsel, might, and the spirit of knowledge and of the fear of Yahuwah. Then, but
Hmm.
with righteousness shall he judge the poor and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And then they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahuwah as the waters cover the sea. The passage continues with the gathering of Israel, dispersed people. So Isaiah 11 gives a recognizable profile. He come from Jesse lineage. He got the spirit of Yahuwah, wisdom, understanding. He come with a counsel, and he is the counsel. He have might, knowledge, and fear of Yahuwah, righteous judgment, defense of poor people. He defend poor people to the teeth. Restoration and gathering,
And
a
let me add to
transformed
that,
era
right?
of peace.
Can I? Well, right.
So
So let me add to that, right? What I'm saying, what you just brought up just now, how this individual is gonna function. That's not just for one individual because
Exactly.
King Hezekiah functioned the same way.
Considering the
this is the
verse you brought
reason.
out for
This is the reason
Isaiah,
why I was
That
trying
is
to
a
mention.
lineage and mission test.
Hold on, Jay wanted to say
Hold
something. Go
on.
ahead, Jay.
I was saying this is the reason why I was trying to mention the actual events that are supposed to happen in the end of days.
I just said
But you mentioned was a small fraction, though. You didn't mention all the
no.
major things.
I mentioned
Can I finish,
how will
brother?
you be able to identify
Brother,
the
can I
Mashiach?
finish? Can I finish? We listen to you. Can I finish? So in the end of days, all of the children of Israel that are scattered are supposed to be brought back to God's holy dwelling place. Everybody is supposed to have worldwide knowledge of the same God. Nobody is going to believe anything different than what one God has to say. We're not going to be sitting teaching God no more, because everybody from the least to the greatest is going to have the same knowledge of God. These are the events that are supposed to happen when we know that this Mashiach or Mashiachs is supposed to come. So we don't see that right now because we're still teaching the Most High. All of us don't have the same exact knowledge of God, right? And we're not in an era of peace where there's no war anywhere on the planet. There's still wars going on, and all of the children of Israel, meaning everybody that was scattered, and the descendants of all the scattered, have not come back to God's holy dwelling place yet. So these are the things that have to happen for us to know that this Mashiach is coming.
Okay, so according to Jeremiah, Jeremiah says the same thing of what I just read. Jeremiah says the same thing of that. What was that? That was Isaiah chapter 11 verse 1. So when you go to Jeremiah chapter 23, it says, behold, the days come, said Yahuwah, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Then in his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And the passage connects this future restoration. The passage connects this future restoration with Israel returning from all the countries where they had been scattered. This is something that the Mashiach is gonna do. The Mashiach is gonna do this.
Right.
Now
and
let me
It
finish
doesn't
this
say
though.
that.
Let me
It
land
doesn't
with
say
Yeah,
that.
this.
Mashiach on God.
Let me land with this. Let me land with this. It say the text does not say he will be recognized only because people see him descending from the sky. The emphasis is on the identity and work of the ruler. According to Ezekiel
Wait, whoa,
chapter
whoa, whoa.
37.
Descended
Hold
from the
on. Hold on.
sky.
No, hold on, bro. Don't do that.
But you're talking Christian stuff though.
No,
Why
I
are you
didn't.
using
I
that
say it
context?
say he will. I say the text does not say. Every time you go on mute to make noise, can't nobody hear what I'm saying. You got to listen. I said the text does not say he will be recognized because people see him descending from the sky. The emphasis is on identity and work of the ruler, the man who is the end time king. It say according to Ezekiel chapter 37, it's even more direct. Ezekiel chapter 37 says that Israel will be gathered from the nations and made one nation, gathered by that man. And I will make them one
I
nation.
just mentioned that, and that's
Hold
what I'm
on, brother.
saying. None
And
of
I will
that has
make them
happened
one
yet.
nation, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And then David, my servant, which will be whoever that ruler is in the end time, he come from the Davidic line. David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They all shall have one shepherd. This among
Yeah,
them.
but brother, boom, 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 boom. You're talking to brothers that already know everything that you're saying right now. We know all of that. That's what we
No,
teach up
I'm
here,
not done though.
right? Well, no, I know you're not done. What I'm trying to say is that that's what we teach, brother. We agree with all of
But
that.
y'all
That's what
missing
I'm
one
trying to tell
part.
you.
Y'all missing
No,
one
we're
part.
not.
This
No,
is
we're
what y'all
not.
need to be arguing with Christians. Look at this.
Brother, we teach that. What you're doing right now, we teach that every day.
Okay, let me say this real quick, brother. How you'll know where I'm going if I never get there?
I
They don't
know.
even want to
Oh
hear
my
what
goodness.
Zen talk.
Now look at the now.
Man, be quiet, because you probably a Christian.
No, I'm not. I'm trying
I
to show you
am.
the contradictions. I'm trying to show you the contradictions of the
Not
new.
you, boom, boom. This guy right
Uh,
here probably a Christian.
I'm trying to show the contradictions of the New Testament. I'm trying to show I'm trying to show how Israel got a big problem before y'all can even pay attention to who the Messiah could actually be. Y'all gotta shut down Christianity, Muslim. And I'm not saying through a bloodshed war or nothing stupid like that, but with the information. It say now look at the New Testament warning you reference. It says Matthew chapter 24, Luke 17. Matthew 24 says, then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here's Christ, or dare believe it not. So if it says that, how would you know the Messiah coming if any man try to oppose to be as Christ? You're gonna say that's not Christ because you could just pull up this
No,
Christian version.
because guess what? When the Messiah come, he's not gonna say that he's Christ.
Listen,
And
he probably not.
wait, why are you quoting from the New Testament at all? I don't understand this.
I'm
You
showing
know
the
we don't read the New
contradiction.
Testament. But we know
I
it's what
know.
we already know this. You're not teaching
We
anything new.
already
What are
we
you trying to get
already
across
know
here?
that.
I'm just trying to show as Israelites, if y'all waiting on the Messiah and time King, how do y'all even know?
Bro, I guess you're just not
I'm
listening
speaking
to
for
a single
myself. I'm
thing
not
we're
waiting
saying.
for no Messiah.
I
I'm
guess
not
you're not
waiting
Yeah,
for
even
no
because
listening to
Messiah.
brother,
anything we've
hold on, hold
said.
on.
We're not
I want to say this
Christians.
right
How
too,
you
right?
ain't
Let me
waiting
say
for the
this too,
king?
right?
Real quick,
But
real quick.
hold on, boom, boom.
Brother,
This is the thing that you assume just now. You assume that we're waiting for a king.
How y'all not waiting for the
We're not.
king?
No, bro. We're waiting on Deuteronomy chapter 30. You don't wait on men.
What's
Read
Deuteronomy chapter
Deuteronomy chapter
30?
30.
What's Deuteronomy
Go,
chapter 30?
go there real fast. Go.
No, you go there real fast, nigga. I'm not your servant.
So what are you waiting
Whoa,
for?
but
Pull
you're
the
looking for
information
you
out.
clearly
You
don't
said you waiting
understand.
on.
So we're trying to teach you. You're not
You
teaching us
said you
nothing here.
waiting on the script. Go pull the script up. Stop waiting on it.
But it's you that
I
needs the
don't.
teaching. You need to learn. We're
Yeah.
trying to help you
I
because
don't
you're
need
you're
to
saying
learn
shit that's
this,
not
bro,
even
because this
true.
this not
No, no,
my
you're
shit.
saying things. No, no, you're saying things that's not true. So we're trying to show you the right
What did
way.
I say that was not true?
You're assuming we're waiting
That
on a
we waiting for
Messiah.
a
You're
Messiah.
assuming we're waiting on a Messiah. Nobody up here is
How
waiting on him.
y'all
Well,
not
maybe
waiting on the Mashiach? That's the only one that can restore Israel.
No, that's
see
not.
that's your understanding. It's the
That's
Most
what the
High who
Torah
restores us. It's the
says.
Most High who restores
No,
us,
the
not
Torah,
a
brother. The
man. It
Torah
doesn't say
don't
that.
say that.
This is
The
how
What?
we're
Torah
gonna
don't say
read
that.
it.
The Most
You're
High
not
said
reading.
he was going to raise up a branch from Jesse.
And that's not
How many
Christ.
how,
It was going to be one
how,
king, one ruler. Christ is
how
not a
many how
name.
many
That's a
people he
title.
raised up from Jesse? How
Christ
many
is
people
not
he
a
raised
name. That's a
from the
title.
time from the
Brother.
time you read from Isaiah? How many branches of Jesse been raised up?
A lot of branches are going to be raised up, but they say it's going to be one king, one shepherd.
One king,
No, Jeremiah.
and
No,
that
that's not true because Jeremiah. I think it is Ezekiel. God said, "I'm not just going to raise up a king. He's going to raise up many shepherds over us." That's in Ezekiel, brother.
Pull it up. It's book, chapter, and verse.
Well,
You
he
telling me I'm
gave you
waiting on
other
the script?
verses, but you don't want to pull up nothing. You don't want to read.
I pulled up. Listen, let me go to this scripture. I
No, you
pulled
pulled up
up
your
Ezekiel.
understanding. Now
I
we're
pulled
trying
up
to show you
Ezekiel
something. You say, I'm
37.
not your slave.
Ezekiel
Bro, you
37
trying to learn or
says
not?
that Israel will be gathered from one of the from the nations and made one nation. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. One king. And
Where does
David
it
my
say that he
servant,
gathers us? Where does it say
it
he
say,
gathers us? Where does
and
it say
David
that
my
he gathers?
servant,
Hold on. Where does
listen,
it say he gathers us?
from all four corners of the earth.
It does
It
not say
says,
that the king does that. It says the Most High does that. Read
listen, it
properly,
say, and
slowly.
David my
Read
servant,
slowly. Read slowly.
it saying, David my servant shall be king over them, and they shall all have one shepherd.
Does it say that he gathers them though? No. It says
I ain't in the
he's
gathering part
appointed.
yet.
He's
I ain't in the
appointed. The
gathering
Most
part yet.
High gathers us. So stop.
Bro,
You're mixing it up.
the end time king is the one that's gonna teach y'all what to do and how y'all getting back to Israel. What are you talking
So
about?
look, hold on. This is the Jeremiah chapter 23, right? It says, and I will gather the remnant of the flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds with an S over them, which shall feed them, and
The
they shall fear
Messiah
no more.
will.
No, this is
Wait,
the Father
should we
talking.
agree
The
with you
Father.
or the
The
text? Because the
father
text is
talking,
very
but
clear.
the
The text
father
is very
talking, but he
clear.
said he was gonna raise up that one king to do that.
Did he say that the Messiah will do it, or
No,
did he
he
say
did
I will
not.
do it?
He
Yeah,
doing it through the
the king.
king. He did it through
Did he say
Moses.
No,
I? Did he say I or the king will
He
do
did
it?
it through Moses.
Did he say I
No,
or the king?
So
Which one
all
Moses
did he
y'all
say?
cannot
going
raise
back
up
to
shepherds,
Israel.
bro.
So all y'all.
Hold on. Wait a minute, because we getting out of hand now because it's not edifying, right? The father, the shepherds that you're talking about in Ezekiel, when he say, "I will raise up King David," he's gonna feed them, right? David is not gonna only. He's not gonna be the only shepherd feeding the people. That doesn't even make sense. How can one man feed everybody?
So all y'all going back to Israel on y'all own at the same time. God gonna put it in all y'all at the same time to get up and start restoring.
What's wrong with that? They did it in the second temple. What's wrong with that?
He didn't do it. He did that with
In the
Moses.
second temple, did they all
Listen,
go back?
Moses, and it was always a time where
Whoa.
Moses.
Answer the
It
man's
was
question.
always a
Didn't
time.
they
Hold
go
on,
back during the
bro.
second
It was
temple?
it was
He asked you a
always a
question
time.
though, but
It was
he
always
asked
a
you a
time where a
question.
leader.
Hold
No,
on.
I'm
He asked
disagreeing
you
with
a
him on my
question.
answer. I'm disagreeing with him on my answer.
He asked you
It
a
was
question though.
always a time where a leader. It
He asked you a question.
was
Didn't he
always a
already go
time
back?
where the leaders led all.
All right. You guys want to really keep talking to this fool?
Man, you been
Nah, you're
biased
just
because
trying to
you
you're
mad
just
that
trying
I
to
don't agree
yap
with
your
you.
nonsense. But he asked you a
Bro,
question.
I don't have to answer that man question in the middle of making a statement.
But your statement's already wrong. You don't have any
You don't
understanding.
even know what I was finna say. You just being
Bro,
biased
you
because
said you said
I'm saying
several
something
things that are
different.
not truth so far, and that's
Bro,
why we're trying to
it was
interrupt you because
always a
you're
time
talking
where
shit.
Israel. It was always a time where Israel had a leader lead them out of everything and everything, like the son of Nun. When Moses ended up being unalive.
But Moses, let me tell you something. If you look
Okay,
at the
so when they
story of
came out of
Exodus, right? Wait,
Babylon,
wait, look.
who was the
If
one
wait,
leader?
but
Who
hold
was
on,
the one
Judgment.
leader when
He's
they came
missing
out of
this though.
Babylon?
Hold on, he's
I
missing
don't
this
know
though.
all the leaders.
Hold on, hold on, boom, boom. But you're missing this, right? Exodus. I mean, Moses did not guide those people by himself. Aaron was there, Joshua was there, and his father-in-law.
I mentioned them
That
when
they,
I first opened it up.
so what's making you think that Moses was doing everything by himself?
I
Because
didn't
it
say
tells
Moses
you
was doing everything by himself. What I'm saying
because
is,
if
what
hold
I'm
on, I'm
saying
not done,
is,
right? Because when it
even though
tells you, hold
Moses
on,
wasn't doing everything
wait.
by himself, he was put in charge.
Okay, but I bet you didn't know that Aaron and Moses had a staff, and they both was raising their staff, putting plagues in Egypt.
Bro, they said, okay, we know that already, but Moses was put in charge.
Can you show me where Moses was put in charge?
Man, I ain't
Oh
got to do
Lord,
all that because you playing semantics. Y'all just trying to fled away from the Messiah. Y'all gonna have to pay for that.
what Messiah?
You
Yah
hear that?
Judah?
This is a Christian right here.
No,
This man
Yeah,
is
whatever.
a
he's
What?
setting
Christian.
us
No,
up for the
whatever.
Yajuda joint.
This man is a Christian. That's
No,
what
I'm
he's
not
talking
a
about.
Christian.
Yaju
I'm
Judah. This
not a
is a
Christian.
Christian
I'm
right
not talking
here.
about Yahoo Judah. What
You
I'm
Boy,
told
you
me
saying
are a
that
is,
Christian. You can't
if
fool us.
y'all denying the
You're a
Mashiach right
Christian. You
now,
hear him?
No, because
You're denying the
you finished
Mashiach.
got
This is a
telling us.
Christian.
You told
if
us
y'all
that.
denying the
Hold,
Mashiach right now, y'all gonna deny.
deny who? He's not even here.
How, you don't know when he coming though.
He's not. No, it's not because the book tells you he comes back when the
Come on,
children of
no, it's
Israel is
not.
inside of the land. That's what he
You,
tells you. When the children of
when he
Israel is
coming?
back into the land, he
Time
comes
nor today.
back. You're just talking about bullshit right now.
So he out restoring.
You're trying to give me a Messiah that smokes
He out
fucking weed
restoring.
and tells you that he's Christ.
Is he out restoring Israel right now?
I never said the Messiah was here.
So ain't nobody restoring Israel right now.
No, oh my goodness. The anointed one does not
Hold
restore
on.
Israel.
Hold
So
on. Do you
Yaju
even know
Judah is
what?
the
Do you
only
even know?
one
Hold on.
that
Hold on. Do
said
you
out
even know
his
the
mouth.
criteria
Listen,
for restoration? Do you even know the
Yaju Judah is
criteria?
the only one that said out of his mouth.
Oh my God! You must be one of his cult followers. That's what this is. Why are you
I'm
here?
not, man. I'm just trying to get
Setting
down
us
to the
up for
bottom
it.
of what
Hold
Hebrews
on,
got going on.
You just wait. Hold on. You just said the whatever
Can I
Hamashiach
say this
restores
real quick?
Israel.
Can I say this real
Wait, no,
quick?
Nah, close your
because it's not
mouth.
edifying. Hold on. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 44, right? Thus says Yah Elohim, thy redeemer, he that formed thee from the womb, and I'm Yah Elohim that maketh all things, that stretch out the heavens alone and spread abroad by myself. What man you talking about is of redeeming Israel? That's
Yaju is the
restoring
only.
everything.
You just said out of your own mouth in real life
All
time.
right, get your stupid ass out of here. You stupid, man. You stupid.
Oh, some of these men, these are the kind of men that Joshua was coming across in the land, where like he was told, don't have any mercy on these men because these men are wicked. Like,
Bro,
how you
these
gonna
are
come and how is he telling us that we're waiting on a Messiah? That doesn't make no sense.
we did
He told us everything
exactly.
we need. He said y'all need to start, and y'all doing this. I'm like, wow.
Right. Then you're
That's a
telling me that,
Christian right there.
he's the only one that can restore Israel. He's gonna come to God never said he was sending a man to restore Israel. The Most High said in the book of Isaiah chapter 44, verse 24, I'm the Redeemer. So if Yah Elohim is the Redeemer, that means he restores the children of Israel by himself.
You know what's crazy too? He was trying to make a point saying that one man will do it all, but then we acknowledge that Moses was one man and he didn't do it all. So now when we say this guy that he thinks is coming is not going to do it all, but there's going to be others with him, he doesn't seem to get that.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy work. And then you assume that we was waiting for a man. Who the fuck you think we are?
Yeah,
We never told you that when you came on the panel.
And the way he's talking, it's like, oh, it's just an automatic done deal. When the Messiah comes, that means we can go. Nah, it's repentance first. That's what's supposed to come first before the restoration. And you could tell he's a Christian because he's
This
thinking
is
that
why,
he's looking for a man to save him.
yeah, and this is why his name is Boom Boom, because Yah Judah boom boomed him.
Yo, this guy, he got slapped around by a false prophet, and now he's confounded. This man is not qualified to come up here and say shit.
Judah's another damn, what you call it, fruitcake, just like Christ, bro. Sitting here booming niggas ass up and shit. Nigga boomed them up. Boom, boom, boom. You don't got to pay your rent today. Just let me boom you.
Yeah, that guy will give Yah Judah his wife just because Yah Judah said so. That's the type of guy we were just talking to just now.
Yeah, he'll be Yah Judah's wife. It's okay.
No. If Yah Judah said, "Give me your wife," he would say, "All right, yes, you can have her." That's the type of goof that was just up here.
Yeah, and some stupid ass cult talking about Yah
He's
Judah
like,
is the
"Oh,
Christ.
I'm not saying Yah Judah, he's the Messiah, but who else is gathering Israel? What the hell are you talking about, man?"
Having that discussion about no damn guy. That man was in Harlem walking up to people with a fucking blunt in his hand, smoking weed, talking about he's Christ. Hey, I'm Christ. Smoke some weed with me. Get the fuck out of here, you idiot.
Defiled.
Christ wasn't walking around smoking no damn weed in your paradigm. That man was drinking wine, lifting over tables and shouting at people. You stupid idiots, keep the commandments. That's it. Man, I'm telling you, we was having a smooth conversation with you until you brought up that Yah Judah shit.
See, these cult members, they be coming around and they stay quiet for up to an hour until somebody notices them, and then all of a sudden they slowly try to lean into their bullshit.
He was trying to work that doctrination in there.
Yeah,
Because
look, I knew he was a Yah Judah disciple because notice that he said that we're not supposed to be teaching it. And when I told him to go to Deuteronomy chapter 30, he was like, "No, you go with it because I ain't your slave, your man. Get the fuck out of here, stupid ass. Go get hit by a bus, dumbass. You damn idolater."
Yeah. So whenever you can tell someone hasn't actually read the book when you ask them like, "Hey, so where do you get that from?" All he's doing is quoting this other man. He's talking about, "Oh, yo, we're not even supposed to be teaching right now."
Yep, and he was talking about the function of a person out of all King David descendants as his children. King Hezekiah is the only one that rivals. Well, he don't rival King David, but he did everything that he was supposed to do. He was all at the
Josiah still. Josiah.
Yeah, because it says in 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 2 and 3. It says 25 years old he was when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And his mother also was Abi, the daughter of Zechariah, right? And he did that which was right in the sight of Yah Elohim, according to all that David his father did. King Hezekiah did everything in 2 Kings. Well, it's written in 2 Kings that he did everything, and if you read about him in 1 King, he didn't do nothing wrong.
Wait, what do you mean? What are you saying? Who didn't do nothing wrong?
King Hezekiah. He walked in the footsteps that King. He walked in the footsteps that King David told him to walk into. He listened. Him and Josiah listened. King Hezekiah listened. Josiah listened. And 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 3 and 4. He removed idols and all that. He removed the high places. He broke the imagery. He cut down the groves, and he break into pieces the bread. And it told you what that baby was supposed to be doing in Isaiah. I think not in Isaiah. I think it's Isaiah. Yeah,
Isaiah 9.
Yeah, he did all that.
Well, it says he says what's associated with him, like everything that comes with him, right? That's the everlasting righteousness. Wait, is that what it says? Everlasting. Oh no, it says that his righteous or his kingdom will never come to an end, essentially, right?
Yeah, but see,
so that hasn't happened yet.
But they trick us with that. What they should have, the Hebrew text should have been saying. What I don't know if it goes, but it should have been saying that King Hezekiah was righteous until he was dead. He was righteous all the days of his life. Just like
that's why I say his kingdom. It's his kingdom.
Yeah,
till he unlocked.
That's why they tricking you with this kingdom shit. Talking about the kingdom lasting forever. They're talking about his his life.
His reign. His reign.
Yeah, his reign. It's King James tricking us with that bullshit, man. Because we know as humans, kingdoms don't last forever. We know that. Those are conditional. But anytime there's a
Well, the
king,
final one does.
well,
That's why Isaiah 9 and 6 is a future prophecy, because it literally gives you the conditions and of the end.
the conditions of the end of what? Saying what?
No, of the end. Like once Yah returns, restores everything, reinstates the priesthood, all that stuff. That's talking about whoever that prince is or shepherd that he puts in place. That man will be associated with that. Isaiah 9 and 6. I'm not saying Hezekiah didn't do nothing good. I'm just saying he does not fulfill that prophecy. Not fully, at least.
Well, King Hezekiah did he did restore the Levites. You can read that.
He restored the temple. He restored the Levites. He restored Israel back to its.
And Jeffrey,
Come to an end though.
Did it come to an end? What, his
Yeah, because
kingdom?
after he unalived, the people
Yeah, they
went back into wickedness.
Yeah, they went back to
no,
idolatry.
but look, but Hezekiah kingdom did not come to an end while he was alive. That's the thing.
Yeah, correct.
No, but
So that would be the prophecy in a nutshell.
Yeah,
It's only supposed to last for his. The time span is his reign.
his
But
reign.
but forever and everlasting is different though.
Well, for everlasting, you could, and I know when you look at it from an English standpoint, but the Hebrew and the biblical standpoint, forever or everlasting, it's a long
Yeah,
endurance of time.
that forever was talking about how long King Hezekiah would have lived,
Well, it says
right?
his kingdom there'd be no end of his kingdom. So
Right. So
that's very different from
Yeah,
saying that he's
meaning
gonna rule
yes,
forever. That means in
meaning
his
that
lifetime. But when it says
Yeah.
there will
no,
be no end, that's
when,
literal.
no,
That's literal.
no. When it said it won't be no end of his kingdom, it was talking about his reign. Nobody will come in between it. It's
Yeah.
not going to stop. It's not going to stop. His reign is not going to stop because he's going to continue to be righteous. Notice that kings, they reign only stop when they're doing other than what they're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but his reign did stop when he died. So this is what
No,
I'm
but
saying. The final one, the final guy does not die.
No. His reign, it stopped. Yes, it stopped when he died. But guess what? It was talking about his righteousness. It will last forever. That forever is until he died. That's what it
No,
was
but
talking
it
about.
doesn't say forever. It says that there will be no end to this
No
particular
end.
kingdom.
Yeah, to his kingdom.
His kingdom while he's
His,
on the
his,
throne.
his.
But
Yeah,
that's not
he's
the
on
same
the throne.
context as saying forever. Like when David when it said forever for David
That's
and
why I just
Solomon.
told you that forever is king. The forever, we know that forever is conditional when somebody's sitting on the throne. Men don't live forever.
No, 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 no. When Yah tells you forever, that just means while you're alive, right? Because look, we see even Solomon, he did kind of turn away, but he was still got to sit on the throne. So
But his
if
reign
that
ended.
promise is made to you, then yeah, you get to live. In that case, while you're alive, you will be king. But when it
Yeah,
says
but
that your kingdom will not come to an end, that's very specific. That's not the same. It's not saying your kingdom will be forever in your days. No, it's saying it
His
won't come to
kingdom.
an end.
when it said it would not come to an end, right? It was talking about when he was living. It never came to it never came to an end. Why? Because King Hezekiah did not sought to do anything wrong, so he reigned until he was dead. He was righteous until he was dead. King Solomon got it taken away from him. He did not reign
No,
until
he
he was
didn't.
dead.
Solomon didn't get none taken from him. He lived
Yes,
peaceful and happy his whole life.
yes, he did. That's in the
At the
text.
end of
It,
his
w-
reign is when
it,
his sons, I meant was one of his sons, and then who was it?
Yeah,
Jeroboam and
remember,
Rehoboam.
Most High said,
He
"I
was
was."
alive when that happened.
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
and the
I'm
Most
saying it
High,
wasn't
When the
taken
kingdom
from
split.
him.
right? But when you go inside the text, the Most High sends advisories against King Solomon, so he wasn't doing well.
I mean, it seemed like he lived pretty well his whole life.
No, he did not, bro. That
He
man
was a
was
nepo baby.
he was going through it. Once Yah came into place, and he was going through it. And once the Most High sent those enemies, I could go pull up the book chapter and verse when the Most High sends advisories to King Solomon. That's his chastisement.
This how I
King
read.
King Hezekiah didn't receive no chastisement from the Lord. You know why? Because he was righteous his whole reign. When somebody is on a throne, that throne can be forever, but not the individual.
Right.
That's all.
The house of David. The house of David will be
Yeah.
forever. But this how I read in Isaiah 9:7. This is the King James. It say of the increase of his government. His government, right?
See, his government. Key
Peace,
word.
peace there shall be no end. Right? It should be no end of peace in his government, right? Upon the throne of David.
Throne of David. So now you're sitting. So now we see that a descendant of David has a reign. He's gonna reign on King David thing. So right now, the throne is not forever.
So then you do agree with me then that Isaiah 96 is about someone else in the future.
No, I agree that Isaiah 96 is King Hezekiah.
But you just all right. It's okay, man.
No, I
Shalom, y'all. How y'all doing?
listen to what I'm saying, right? So what I'm saying is this, right? Like, okay, David's throne right now.
Shalom, brother.
In a sense, David's throne still hold on, let me just somebody mute up real fast, right? Right? So in a sense, David's throne, it still stands into this day. Until the Most High picks a king, right? That king is not gonna be forever. He's not gonna live forever. All this stuff is coming from Judaism that people are gonna live forever, bro. Come on, bro. That's fake. They're lying to you. That you're not gonna live forever. I'm telling you.
Wait, they're not the ones that say that. Isaiah says that.
Isaiah said
death will be done away with. Mosai said that. Like there won't be any more death. This is very at the very end, obviously. But yes, that the conditions of the garden that's what's being reinstated. That's what's being restored.
Well, I could believe that, but I get what you're saying about the 9 and 6. I'm talking about in this age, nobody lives.
I'm not saying Hezekiah wasn't a good king, a great king. I'm saying it's like Isaiah 96. He doesn't fulfill it. Like I mean, even if you want to say 6 out of 7 things he fulfills, that's still not a fulfillment. Right? That's what I mean.
Not 6 out of 7. He fulfills the whole thing if you really read about King Hezekiah. But you don't accept Second Kings.
No. Regardless of even regardless of that, what I'm saying is he does not fulfill that. There was an end to his government. He died. That man unalived. So it went in the hands of someone else. And
it said the increase of the government. He said the peace there shall no end.
Exactly.
So the peace will be
why is this guy saying that you're debating Satanists? What the hell is he talking about? You know him?
That's bitter truth right there, man.
Who the hell is this?
That's bitter truth with the stumbling tongue.
You guys know him? Who's
this? You don't know bitter
that came up here last time, Prince.
Bitter truth been around for some time, man. He's a Yahweh Shah Israelite, man.
Yeah. Wow, the nerve of a true Satanist talking about that. I'm talking to Satanists. That's crazy.
Bro, this the same dude that came up here that day, Prince. You don't remember?
No, I don't remember him.
When we was talking about the laws of uncleanliness.
I don't know. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but if he's talking about us being a Satanist, well, your book says that. No wonder why Satan disguised himself as an angel of light, and your angel of light is Jesus.
Yep. Most definitely.
Yep.
Jesus is the adversary, so he contradicts everything the Most High says.
In any case, I'm just saying Hezekiah didn't fulfill all those things. Like,
what did he not fulfill?
Well, okay, his kingdom came to an end when he died. So all those things that he did, the reforms, they were undone.
Where it said his kingdom was, where does it say his kingdom was not supposed to end?
Pardon me, pardon me, not kingdom, but the peace, the peace that the Prince of Peace is supposed to bring. That wasn't Hezekiah.
Well, of course his peace wasn't. You know why his peace wouldn't last? Because that's what we say in the reign. Because he wouldn't live forever. Somebody else would have to come up on the.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean by his peace did not last?
Because when he
No, he's
unalived,
saying after he
the nation
unalive.
went back. The nation went back into wickedness.
Right. That's what he
So
says.
they undid everything he did. So whatever he established was undone right after he died. So that means he didn't fulfill it. Isaiah 9
No,
and
that
6
means that he, that means
is
that he
very,
did. That
very
means that he did.
specific, and it's very final too. It's saying there will be, like, it's not gonna end. This
That means
piece
that
is
he did fulfill it. It's just that you guys are. See, the thing is, how I see this, these people think that another king is coming. There's no another king coming. Yah's the only one that's gonna be king. There's no another king coming. Those kings came already.
well, the word king is used once to describe him, but we know he's not the actual, like, king. It's Yah who's the king.
Right, but you know how I know that there's no another king really coming, because the Most High says, and I think it's in Malachi, it's just suddenly the Lord whom you shall seek shall come to his Hakal, his temple, and he's gonna send his messenger before him. This messenger is not a king. It's just he's just there to prepare the way of Yah, and there's gonna be one more prophet that Yah Elohim is gonna send before the coming of the great and dreadful day, and he's gonna be looked at as Elijah, but his name is not really gonna be Elijah. They're gonna know that he's Elijah because the function of how he's operating. So Elijah's not literally coming back. There's a man that Yah's gonna send a prophet in these last days that's gonna function like Elijah. That's what Malachi is talking about.
I don't know. It says Elijah though. It don't say like Elijah.
Elijah, come on, man. They did a lot of talk.
It's because that's a Jewish book. That's
No,
why they
that's
set
not a
a
Jewish
seat for
book.
Elijah at Passover. That's
No, no, no.
idolatry.
We can't. No. We can't say that's a Jewish book, because the Most High is not going to cast judgment and not tell the children of Israel when to get the hell out of here.
So he's gonna reincarnate Elijah and send him back. Is that what you're saying?
No, he's going to send this person that's going to be operating like Elijah in spirit.
That's not what it says. I mean, I hear your
It doesn't need
interpretation.
to say that. If we're going to take Malachi chapter 4 verse 4 literal all the time, the Bible's not a literal thing all the time. We know that when a child is born, it's not the same. It's not the same. What you call it? Individual. We know that they play both roles. Like, okay, Cain and Abel, Jacob and Esau. In a literal sense, the Torah is really teaching you that you guys do come back in a way. You do, but y'all just don't want to believe it. You guys don't die.
Well, each soul does, yes, but your seed can carry your name, so in that way you can live. But you know, outside of that is Jewish. That's Jewish or Christian thinking.
What if it's a what if it's
There's no
what
proof
if
that
it's
Malachi is a Jewish text. That's straight Hebrew. Malachi is a Hebrew.
Well, it's in the Tanakh, and the Tanakh is a Jewish book. Like, they compiled it the way it is.
The Tanakh is not a Jewish book. The Tanakh is literally our ancestors writing about the downfall of their people.
I think you should read the forefront of the book, and it'll tell you who wrote it,
The
like
forefront of
who
what
compiled
book?
it. Of the Tanakh, it'll tell you who compiled it. It's them.
No, it's not, bro. These are ancient texts that they found.
yeah, they stole the text, bro.
Yeah, and then they compiled it. They decided what order the books go in. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they didn't write these
That don't mean they
texts.
wrote it though.
And they added books too.
That don't mean they wrote all the text.
They didn't write the Torah, and they didn't. Most of the prophets, that's not their stuff. But I'm saying there's a few prophets in other books they added on their own, and
Listen,
then gave
I
us,
think that we're
and then
getting
called it
mixed
the
up.
Tanakh.
I think that we're getting mixed up with certain things that we don't just because we see certain things like, okay, the whole thing. Y'all servant, are you aware that what's that verse Yashun when they said they boiled their son and they ate him?
Oh, that's in that's the Book of the Kings, right?
2 Kings, I think. Yeah.
Right? Do you agree? Do you agree with that?
That they didn't. No, they didn't boil him, did they? No,
Yes,
yeah,
they boiled him.
they ate one of them. They
Story.
ate one, then the other one was trying to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they switched children or something like that, right? One of the children died.
Because
Wasn't
the
that the case?
terrible famine of Samaria, right?
One of the children died. They ate that child, and then it was time for them to eat the next child.
That shit is weird to me though, because it's
And
like
the
I
woman
got
hid
kids. I got
the woman
kids,
hid
bro.
her child, yeah.
I don't care. Listen,
Yep.
I don't care how hungry I get. You're not gonna see me throw my fucking baby in a big pot of boiling hot water.
But you know they're playing off of the verse that says that will consume the flesh of our sons and daughters, and they just made a literal story of that happening, right? But you know, I highly doubt that took place. But
But
that's
this
just me.
this Second Kings is 6 and 2, right? That's what y'all referring to.
Yeah, read that
Yeah.
real fast. It's been a while since I read that.
If y'all want that, let me see.
Yeah, it came to
Okay.
Solomon, right? This is during Solomon reign, right?
This,
Some right.
this is the one. No, I know it's just 1 or 2 in here. No, not this one.
I don't know, man. They should have. And I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm saying it's a possibility, right? Hold on. I'm saying that it's a possibility that could have happened from a terrible famine like that.
Yeah, that's what.
But I don't think that I number two, I don't think that it happened because I don't think our ancestors would have put something in a fucking book like that.
Hold on. So so during a famine, what did we normally do? What did Abraham do? What did Jacob do? What did all of our patriarchs do?
We left and went to
I
other
want
lands.
I want us to put in consideration though what's going on here. But yeah, go ahead. Y'all got it. I add
Yeah,
details
what
to
I'm
it.
saying is that our people would have left. Our people, every time a famine came, they left, they fled. And Jeremiah, there was a famine, they left. Anytime a famine came, they left to other lands.
Exactly. They didn't cook up their children. That's ridiculous.
So it came to pass. This is 2 Kings 6 and 24 where I start at.
Like you see in Exodus, right? That when Pharaoh said, kill the male children, but the female Israelite woman saved the male child alive, and Pharaoh said, he asked them like, why you did that? They're like, no, we don't do that. Our maker, our creator said, no, don't do that. We don't do that to our children, and he got angry. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to believe that an Israelite woman would have destroyed the fruit of her body in such manner. I don't believe that. I don't care what type of family it is.
But guess what though? It's in there. So what do you do about that?
I believe that happened. I mean, I believe it
No,
happened.
I don't. No, what I'm saying is that I don't believe it, but I also consider that it's a possibility that shit happened.
It happened because we see in the ancient world they did stuff like this.
Yeah, because the most I said, I will pour out evils on you, my fury. So
But to take this into consideration, you got to understand what's going on. This siege is in Samaria. Samaria went off right there in idolatry. Right, this has nothing to do with Judah or Judaism. This is Samaria. And the Samaritan or Samaria
I
was
believe that should.
idolatry.
Yeah, I believe that if you're reading such a thing, that should show you what type of creator the Most High is. Stop messing with him. Stop getting this power angry and upset, because if he can do something like that, you don't know what else evils he can bring upon you. You don't know. The Most High said he's terrible. My name is dreadful amongst the heathen. They're afraid of me. The Most High doesn't have a problem with taking the fruit of your body and having you and unaliving kids for transgression against his law. He don't have a problem with that, because he told you to listen to him.
It said 2 Kings 6-29. I'm gonna start from 28. And the Kings, hold on, let's start from 27.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the other day, like my daughter just had a 103 fever. My daughter was unresponsive on the bed. She had a seizure. She wasn't responding. I ran home after my wife called me. She called me. I ran home. I kicked open the door. I held my daughter. She wasn't responding. I'm talking to her calm. I'm rubbing her back and everything. I'm telling her, wake up, baby. Wake up, baby. She starts to wake up. And I'm saying, Ya Elohim. Ya Elohim. Wake her up. Wake her up. And he woke my daughter up, and I took her to the hospital. And it was because of the fever. She had a seizure. It goes to show you, like, the Most High, he'll do some shit. You know what I'm saying? You never know what he'll do.
Absolutely. Nobody is above, none of this.
And we don't know what evils is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling y'all that because I know you guys have children. I ran in my apartment and I cried 2 days ago. I'm trying to wake my daughter up. She's waking up now. Now she hears my voice. You know what I'm saying? And I had that was a wake up call. I said I'm doing something wrong. I felt the iniquity in my heart. I said there's something wrong. I'm doing. I gotta pray. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he answered my prayer yet, but I know he'll send a sign to let me know what I'm doing or something that angered him. You know what I'm saying? But
You said you prayed because you felt like it was you that like you caused it or something you did.
of course I got to figure out. Why that happened. That's out of all my kids I had, that never happened.
See right there, that I think a lot of men would have a hard time accepting that maybe it's probably my fault. Why whatever this is
And I took that upon myself and said that shit. Yep. I said
you know what that is? You know what else that's called? It's called bearing the iniquity.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
But
Y'all don't think that actually happened then?
huh?
So y'all don't think that actually happened?
I said I think that I don't. I'm saying this right. I don't want to believe it, but I'm saying there's a possibility that happened. You get what I'm saying?
I think it actually happened. Because if our ancestors could sacrifice sons and daughters, they could do anything.
I think exactly because you can listen.
I don't put it
You got
past them, bro.
so, and when I go to the doctor, whatever the case may be, I didn't. What I'm saying is that I didn't blame myself. I'm saying that when stuff happen like that to anybody, that could happen to a family member or something. You gotta pray about it.
David, you know why I say I don't believe it? Because idolatry, right? Like doing idolatry is different from, experiencing a famine and having nothing to eat. Like, why is this the only time we hear of our people doing something like this when there were several famines in our history?
Well, in the Torah it said they're gonna eat their children.
It did.
Exactly. Yeah. So you know what? That language is there, but why is that taken as literal? That children would be like literally consumed.
You can utilize it for
I ask you a
both.
question, Yashun. You said that some men, when things like that happen, they don't hold accountability. You said.
Yeah, they don't look at themselves because that's 100% facts that like the Most High protects you from these kind of things. So if you see these kind of things are happening to you, then yeah, you probably did something, or there's something you didn't account for.
Exactly, but you know what's so crazy? He answered me. Yo, Yashun, as I'm praying over my daughter, right? She wakes up on some real stuff. Like, bro, I feel like if I didn't say his name, she was gonna wake up. So it goes to show you that Yah Elohim is speaking to me. I don't know what type of way, but you know what I'm saying.
But he's dealing with you. That's what that means.
Yeah, and
he's not just letting you go, letting you rack up your shit. He's punishing you as you need to be corrected.
Yeah,
just like with David.
Exactly. But see, the thing is, brothers will take that in a different way because they don't like correction. They're gonna say, "Oh, this is a punishment." Stop looking at it as a punishment and look at it as correction. Because Yah doesn't correct you because he's gonna harm you. He corrects you because he sees a plan up ahead that's bigger than what you see, and he probably needs to use you for a purpose, and you're not allowing him to use you. Yah can use you for an evil purpose, or he could use you for a righteous purpose. But I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that, hold on, right, real fast. I don't think that he's, well, for me, no, because I'm not an evil person, so I don't think Yah will use me to do evil to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing good to people all my life. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them the Torah, even when I didn't believe in the Torah by itself. You know what I'm saying? When I used to be in, I think I was in the house of King David. Yeah, the house of King David at that time. And I used to believe in the whole damn Yahushua. But then the Most High brought me out of that idolatry. He brought me out of that, removed me away from that and stuff like that. But when I got to the hospital, they were just saying it was because a 103 fever. They was like, it's nothing crazy. So I'm like, okay, I'm over exaggerating. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, nah, the Most High, my kids are healthy. My kids are healthy kids. But, babies get sick at that age. You know what I'm saying? But but in a way, I'm like, but I like how you said that, Yashun. That's a good thing that I thought about it that way. If you get what I'm saying, right?
I mean, like, listen, the point is to call out to the Most High whenever those kind of things are happening. So
Because certain men wouldn't think of it right there. They wouldn't think of it like, okay, is this has something to do with my iniquity? No, they'll just be like, oh, she just has a fever. No. The Most High, it chastises a lot of people, bro. You know what I'm saying? He could be chastising us right now. And some people don't see the chastisement. You know what I'm saying? Some
he
people
said he would do that. He literally said he would do that.
exactly.
So I mean, I don't know why that would even be weird. Like your child is, is what it's based on you. Your children behave based on how you raise them. So if you know they ain't doing nothing wrong, but still they're afflicted or whatever, that's a different thing you got to look at.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's how I hold it.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So that's how I look at life. I look at life, if something happened to my kids, I take it upon myself to ask myself or talk to myself, okay, did I do something wrong? You're supposed to think like that. If you believe in the Most High, you're not supposed to blame that shit on nobody else. No. You're supposed to think upon yourself and say, okay, maybe the Most High is dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's trying to guide me and let me know, yo, Prince, stop doing this, stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it has biblically, no, it has nothing to do with me biblically because I know the law. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
If your children are of age, then their own decisions are what they get. That's what.
Oh no, I'm talking about my little one. I'm talking about my little 1-year-old. Yeah. But so crazy is that Yashun, guess what though? This is the crazy part. They said she has how you say it? What I was about to say. Oh yeah, when I got there, they was like, oh, she had the flu. Don't you know Yashun? If it wasn't for my father teaching me about the herbs and everything and stuff for the stuff that you could give a newborn, not a newborn, a 1-year-old, it would have never went away. I took away her flu in 3 days. That's crazy. In 3 days with just with honey and mint. Yup, honey, mint, and warm water. That's it.
Good supplements.
Mm-hmm. So when you left that nasty comment in my demon and blocked me, how do you feel about that? I feel no way about that. That was a good thing, Raw, because you're wicked. You know what you did, and you're a wicked bastard. And I'm not afraid. I tell you that to your face if I was in front of your face. You're a wicked bastard.
Talebearer. And you sow discourse among the brethren, and you make diss tracks against righteousness.
Exactly.
You're not a good person, Ra. So you get no respect over here, buddy.
Exactly. You don't get no respect over here. You sow with discord amongst the brethren. You lie. You did the 6 things that Yah Elohim hates. So get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah. Report the live. You idiot. Just stupid ass on. Fuck out of here. Block that piece of shit, Yashun. The problem is he don't think that nobody watching him. You see, let me tell you something. This why I keep in touch with certain people. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. Because y'all may think that people are not watching. Y'all may think people not gonna come in my inbox or give me a phone call and say, yo, this person talking about you. You know what I'm saying? And I got those, and I appreciate that. And y'all know who y'all are.
So back to what we was talking about. I believe that this happened. You know what I'm saying? Because it was part of the curses. It's mentioned in the curses. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about the eating the babies?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then there's documentaries about what happened in the transatlantic slave trade too. They're eating their babies.
Yeah. Wait, no, not in Atlantic slave trade.
Yes, there is.
They was eating our babies. We weren't eating our babies in Atlantic slave trade. I got that document.
I got it document.
They was eating their babies, bro.
No, we weren't eating our babies in Atlantic slave trade. They were eating our kids. I can pull up the document.
There's many documents though. I don't know which one you have, but from what I read, this was a while back.
You gotta
They
pull
were
that up.
they were eating their babies too, bro.
Wait, who was he in there? Who was?
Huh?
Who was he? Who was doing that? Who?
If these was our people in the transatlantic slave trade, through all that suffering, they was eating their babies.
So let me ask you something. Would you do that, or would you just rather starve to death?
We gonna start
I'll
to
go
death.
and hunt something down. I ain't gonna eat no human.
Or you're just gonna move out of the area, right? Just go somewhere
I'll
else.
eat.
If it's a famine
Yeah,
going on.
we got the free will to do that. I'm talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, our ancestors in that time, in that predicament.
Well,
You know what
it
I'm
was a
saying?
famine. They
He
weren't
said it.
locked down. They could
He
still
said
move.
they were eating the babies on the ship. I
But
thought
they
they were
was
I thought they were chained down.
they was in idolatry. I don't put it past them. If they
Oh,
walk
see, that's what I try to tell
if
you.
they're
Getting it
walking
mixed up.
if they
I, I,
walking in
I
the
thought they were
ways
chained
of,
down on a ship.
no,
No,
I'm saying
there's no.
around, I'm talking about in that, during that era when they was when they was in slavery.
In the
They did.
Atlantic slave trade. Hold on. In the Atlantic slave trade, there's hold on. In the Atlantic slave trade, there's no mention of slaves eating their babies. They never did that.
In the slave, I'm not talking about being transported, man. I'm talking about in that slavery.
It's a historical records for the transatlantic slave trade show that the enslaved people did not willfully engage in cannibalism or choose to
Right,
eat their
right.
own.
I'm not saying willfully.
Yeah, they didn't willingly.
I'm not saying willfully. I'm just saying they did do that.
Yeah. So instance
If
account
you
of
did, wait,
humans.
that's not making sense. Hold on, that's not making sense. If you did do that, you did that willfully.
No, that's not. If you,
Nobody made you eat your kids.
I don't know. Well, instance accounts of human consumption during the Middle Passage fall into the two distinction history categories. The some act of forced consumption partake by white crews worldwide African experience. Let's see.
But Veronica, there was no need. There's no need to sit there and starve or fast. You could have just leave. Take your children to the next land.
Yeah, go to
Or
Egypt, right?
or you're gonna eat whatever you can find. Not people, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna eat
Well, yeah,
whatever you can find.
yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying the idea of like saying, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna go sell myself into someone's home. I'm just gonna cook up my 2-year-old. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't put it past them though, because they did sacrifice their sons and daughters. So
They definitely did a lot of
I don't put
bullshit,
it
but
past them, bro.
I think they attributed a lot of extra nastiness to us overall, just to
Look
make
how
it
people act.
just
Look
just to
how
make it
people
like,
act
yo, these
today.
people are so despicable.
Matter of fact. They're on the news, like probably like a year or two ago, around there. Y'all didn't hear about the daughter that cooked up her mother on a freaking grill and ate her?
And that's I feel like those are spirits, bro. Those are spirits. They got nothing.
Okay,
That's a mental health issue,
if
though.
our people, right, did that thing, did that, I don't put it past them. If I see it happening in this very present day, I know it happened back then, because the Most High said there's nothing new under the sun.
No, but that was the daughter cooking her mother, though.
Willfully or not, they still did it.
But that was the daughter cooking her mother.
What?
That was the daughter cooking her mother. That's just a whole different. That's a mental health issue.
It's still a
But
person.
no, I know, but that's a mental health issue, though. And
But it's still,
honestly,
all right, so who knows if our ancestors was in idolatry, right? Because the Most High sent that famine because they was in idolatry. When you in idolatry, you have mental health issues.
sure.
It all falls together, bro. I don't put it past them, bro. I don't.
I don't. You know what? I don't put anything past them either. It's just the way it's presented to us. How it's like a word for word account of that's in Deuteronomy, right? But that's talking about you consuming the inheritance of your children by being disobedient. So your children have no life at that point. You've consumed your children.
They did it still.
Let me make this clear here too. Can I just make this clear? It wasn't the whole nation of Israel. It was just those. It was just that Israelite woman and her husband that did that. It didn't say the whole nation of Israel did it.
It was just those women, but it still
Yeah,
happened. It's just the facts of it. It
yeah, it
happened.
still happened because the Most High said it will happen. But the
It
Most
will
High said it will happen
happen.
as a. The Most High said He was going to allow it to happen as a sign of their rebellion.
What about the parents that we see on the news of our people that's microwaving their babies? We've seen that plenty of times.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I
Come
only
on,
like.
bro.
I know
Come
I get
on,
what you're
bro.
saying, y'all servant, but I don't like talking about stuff like that because that shit
I
makes me
don't
angry.
either, but it's in the law.
Yeah.
It's
Why,
there.
why, why, why do you say our people? Who? How do you know these people that were doing this on the news is your people?
What you mean they are people? They,
Who's your people? What do you mean when you say your people? Who?
okay, Israelites are people that don't know who they are. Put it like that. They are our people though.
What do you mean? But some of them may not be Israelites, so you're just claiming them as your people.
I'm just claiming. I know an Israelite when I see one, brother.
Come on, bro. You can't look at someone and say they're Israelite or not, like
Why not?
because you don't know you got to see their conduct first. That's what tells you.
Israel was acting like a beast. Most High said Israel gonna be walking in the way of heathen, doing all the corrupted things.
So
Yeah,
when
it's not. It's not. It's not saying.
so the
That part
heathen
It's a
too
also
right
sign.
there.
do it
Like,
It's a
too.
sign
hold
on
on.
us.
Yeah,
So hold up. So the
that part
heathen
too
do
right
it
there.
too.
Like, it's not hard to spot somebody and say, yeah, that's possible. That's an Israelite. It's not hard to spot
So hold on,
It's
y'all,
Israelites.
not.
servant David. You're saying that the heathens do it, right? So then, how do you know that these people that you're seeing doing it aren't just some heathens?
And the
Why are
Most
you
High
saying?
said Israel walked in the ways of the heathen. So
Yeah.
we
So the
just
heath.
like them,
So
but
that just
not
means we
us.
copy them.
But our
So
people
they're
are just like them.
yeah, but the heathens will still be doing those things today too. So what I'm saying is, how do you
They
know
do
that
it
this
today
woman
too. They do it. They do it.
who the
They just
heathens?
don't. They just don't broadcast it how they do ours. The Most
No,
High
no.
said
So my point is, how do you know this woman is